In the summer of 1963, the busiest year of the Civil Rights Movement, Americans from North and South made plans to hold the greatest demonstration for freedom in American history. A. Philip Randolph, whose plan for a march in 1941 forced President Roosevelt to desegregate wartime industries, was the march's visionary. He and Bayard Rustin rallied civil rights organizations, unions, and all faiths to mass on the National Mall for civil rights and economic opportunity. And then they arrived by bus, traveling from as far away as San Francisco, and they arrived by train. They sang and talked and planned along the way. On board, local march leaders reminded protesters about the possibility of violence. The fear was that racists would create the same kind of bloodshed experienced in Birmingham, Danville, Plaquemine, and Cambridge. But when they arrived on the morning of August 28th, the marchers were ready to rally for the cause of civil rights. The march originally focused on economic opportunity, but after months of caution and indecision, on June 11th, President John F. Kennedy introduced the most significant civil rights bill since Reconstruction. And so the march turned into a massive rally to pressure Congress to pass that legislation. When they gathered on the Mall, marchers watched a parade of stars, including Joan Baez and Bob Dylan, Ossie Davis and Lena Horne, Marian Anderson and Odetta, James Baldwin, Bob Dylan, Mahalia Jackson, and more. Dick Gregory was there, and Harry Belafonte, the Little Rock Nine, and Rosa Parks. By noon, the mall was full, from 250,000 to 500,000 people massed on the mall. Marchers included activists beaten up and jailed for attempting to use beaches, worship in churches, register to vote, and integrate libraries and bus stations. One boy had been held in Mississippi's hellish Parchman prison naked for more than a month for his protests. Marchers included a new breed of activists across the North. About 4/5 black and 1/5 white, the demonstrators included ministers and students, artists and housewives, plantation workers, and day laborers. They marched and sang and presented a live petition to Congress and the nation and the world. At the end of a long day, Martin Luther King changed history. He spoke of the unfulfilled promises of the founders. He spoke of the fierce urgency of now. He pled for fidelity to nonviolence and integration. And he spoke of his dream, when black and white men and women, boys and girls, would sit together at the table of brotherhood. King's aides advised against telling the crowd about this dream. They said it was trite. But King decided the night before that he needed to reach beyond the rhetoric of demand and blame. He needed to bring his audience, not only at the mall but across the world, into a new world that they had never experienced before. So he spoke of the dream. When it was over, the American people had seen the full humanity of the civil rights movement really for the first time. By the following summer, Congress passed the Civil Rights Act, which clearly established the equal rights of all Americans, regardless of race. A new American republic was born.